Welcome to episode 21 of AI.cooking, a podcast about artificial intelligence.
Hello, meatbags. Welcome to AI.cooking episode 21, a podcast about artificial intelligence. GWF, which is GWFF, that stands for Gregory William Forsyth Foreman, my name, from Kent, or the Kingdom of Kent, the KOK, why I call myself GWF the Cock, brings you news about artificial intelligence from the second half of December 2021, and AI Knowledge Corner! So I've had a good couple of weeks, really busy, so stupid busy with everything, and yeah, it's been crazy busy with kids and pubs and Christmas, and turns out when you add more pubs to your collection of pubs, there's more work to do in those pubs, and yeah. But we have, what do we have? Let me have a look. We've got 12 articles to tell you about the latest and greatest news, with maybe some AI news deconstruction. Maybe a little bit. I thought maybe we can be an artificial news show, like a news deconstruction show. I don't know any other of those that are doing it about artificial intelligence news. I know a few that are doing it about news in general, obviously, or maybe not so obvious. There's a few I can think of, at least one. So let's talk news. 1. In September 2021, iRobot Corporation has released their smartest robot yet, Roomba J7 Plus Robot Vacuum with Genius 3.0 Home Intelligence. Using vulgar language, this robot can detect poop. Interestingly, in press release, the phrase iRobot Corporation used is pet waste. Quote, backed by the Pet Owner Official Promise, or POOP, standing for poop. iRobot will replace any Roomba J7 Plus that doesn't avoid solid pet waste. End quote. So, you see, iRobot even promises to replace your unit if poop of your pets is not being recognized. Note also, until now, many pet owners were withholding purchase of robotic vacuum cleaners because these robots were too stupid to recognize poop. But now, with J7 Plus, this problem is solved. Yay! Release of J7 Plus robot in itself is not a fresh news item, but in late November 2021, iRobot Corporation has released an update for this robot, including these 3, quote, Holiday Tree Detection Zone. Love the holiday tree but hate the mess it creates? Now users can directly send their Roomba J7 or J7 Plus to clean up those pesky fallen pine needles. Ugh. Shoes and socks hazard avoidance. Did someone leave their shoes in the living room? Accidentally drop a sock from the hamper? Or miss imaginary 3-point attempt? Don't fret, the Roomba J7 and J7 Plus can now identify and avoid shoes and socks when cleaning. No good for a adolescent teenage boy's room then, are they? Map copy. Users shouldn't have to create a new imprint smart map every time they purchase a robot from iRobot. For a more seamless experience, users with smart mapping robots can now transfer existing smart maps from one robot to another. End quote. 2. Matrix Resurrections movie is out in cinemas, also called Matrix 4. Minor spoilers follow, so please fast forward to next news item if you would like to avoid spoilers. I mean, that doesn't That doesn't count for me, your goof here, does it? But I'm looking forward to reading this. I saw the second and the third one. I don't think they were that good. The first one's very good, though. So, in this movie, Neo and Trinity are rescued by an artificial intelligence program called the Analyst. And then fight follows to recover lost memories and to free themselves from mental slavery of Matrix. From point of view of artificial intelligence, the following items are interesting in this movie. Artificial intelligent beings are also cooperating with humans, not only fighting with them. And cooperation extends even to cohabitation and living together with humans in new city called Io, as Old City Zion was destroyed. Artificial intelligence beings in Matrix universe have been called by humans machines, but they prefer being called synthients. Artificial intelligence beings exist in two forms. Firstly, as pure software that runs in Matrix or in constructs or in models. And secondly, as physical robots that exist within robotic bodies. The pure software AI beings are able to visit base reality, not computer simulation, by using so-called codecs, which consists of small magnetic spheres that are hovering in air and forming humanoid shapes to interact with humans. The term model has been introduced that is yet another simulated reality container, after Matrix itself, and after constructs used to train humans. Model is a simulation where pure software artificial beings are being trained, and it might show the way to how sentient artificial intelligence might emerge in our reality too. Note, it's akin to video game, like in the movie Free Guy, but more limited. I liked the movie Free Guy, I thought that was quite good. 3. Pair programmer artificial intelligence tool called Github Co-Pilot has been verified by developers in practice.
And there's this tool which we talked about called Github Co-Pilot, which is this AI-based Copilot, I guess, for your code, where you can type some code and it will basically offer to implement stuff for you or offer like the continuation of the code that you just wrote. And I've been leaving it enabled while working on the stuff, which I do in Visual Studio Code. And I've been noticing that it's really cool, the demos and things like that people show using GitHub Copilot. But using it in practice, and people are going to think that I'm going to say the exact opposite that I'm going to say, but using it in practice is actually even more awesome than the demos.
Well, it's great when it goes that way, right? I mean, so many times it's the opposite, like you said.
So, in reality, the first step of replacing software developers with artificial intelligence is successful. GitHub Copilot generates code based on comments and based on context, what saves a lot of time of developers. We can imagine that in future this AI tool will replace software developers, coders, and programmers all together. Won't that be fun? 4. Chinese scientists develop AI prosecutor that can press its own charges. Researchers in China say that they have achieved a world first by developing a machine that can charge people with crimes using artificial intelligence. The AI prosecutor can file a charge with more than 97% accuracy based on verbal description of the case, according to the researchers. It is so far able to identify 8 common crimes such as fraud, gambling, dangerous driving, and picking quarrels, researchers say. Prosecutors in China already use an AI tool to evaluate evidence and assess how dangerous a suspect is to the public. Wow. 97, so 3 of every 100 cases this thing does are innocent people. Them's are good numbers. That sounds safe and effective to me. 5. According to new research by DataGen, 99% of computer vision or CV teams have had a machine learning or ML project cancelled due to insufficient training data. Delays, meanwhile, appear truly ubiquitous, with 100% of teams reporting experiencing significant project delays due to insufficient training data. The research also indicates that these training data challenges come in many forms and affect CV teams in near equal measure. The top issues experienced by CV teams include poor annotation at 48%, inadequate domain coverage at 47%, and simple scarcity at 44%. Surely there's enough data out there. Insufficient, what? More funding. That's what's required. More funding. 6. Google Brain Team is reporting Collective Intelligence for Deep Learning, a survey of recent developments. In the past decade, we have witnessed the rise of deep learning to dominate the field of artificial intelligence. Advances in artificial neural networks, alongside corresponding advances in hardware accelerators with large memory capacity, together with the availability of large datasets, enabled researchers and practitioners alike to train and deploy sophisticated neural network models that achieve state-of-the-art performance on tasks across several fields spanning computer vision, natural language processing, and reinforcement learning. However, as these neural networks become bigger, more complex, and more widely used, fundamental problems with current deep learning models become more apparent. State-of-the-art deep learning models are known to suffer from issues that range from poor robustness, inability to adapt to novel task settings, to requiring rigid and inflexible configuration assumptions. Ideas from collective intelligence, in particular concepts from complex systems such as self-organization, emergent behavior, swarm optimization, and cellular systems tend to produce solutions that are robust, adaptable, and have less rigid assumptions about the environment configuration. It is therefore natural to see these ideas incorporated into newer deep learning methods. In this review, authors will provide a historical context of neural network research's involvement with complex systems, and highlight several active areas in modern deep learning research that incorporate the principles of collective intelligence to advance its current capabilities. To facilitate a bidirectional flow of ideas, authors also discuss work that utilize modern deep learning models to help advance complex systems research. Authors hope this review can serve as a bridge between complex systems and deep learning communities to facilitate the cross-pollination of ideas and foster new collaborations across disciplines. Oh, sign me up, Google. Ugh, make me yours. I'm only joking. I don't want anything to do with those people. 7. Now you can create visual art, also known as images, by describing it textually. OpenAI releases Glide, a scaled-down text-to-image model that rivals DALL/E or DALL-E performance. Dolly, it looks like Wall-E, but with a D. Text-to-image generation has been one of the most active and exciting AI fields of 2021. In January, OpenAI introduced DALL-E, a 12 billion parameter version of the company's GPT-3 transformer language model designed to generate photorealistic images using text captions as prompts. An instant hit in the AI community, DALL-E's stunning performance also attracted widespread mainstream media coverage. Last month, tech giant Nvidia released a GAN or GAN-based Guangan 2, the name taking inspiration from French post-impressionist painter Paul Gauguin, as DALL-E had from surrealist artist Salvador Dali. Oh, I get it, Dali. Whoops. Not to be outdone, OpenAI researchers this week presented Glide, guided self-language-to-image diffusion for generation and editing. A diffusion model that achieves performance competitive with DALL-E whilst using less than 1/3 of the parameters. Beautiful images being created by data-driven artificial intelligence. This is exciting. What a time to be alive. 8. AI model called Eve shows remarkable capacity to interpret the meaning of gene variants in humans as benign or disease-causing. New AI model called Eve outperforms other AI methods in determining whether a gene variant is benign or disease-causing when applied to more than 36 million variants across 3,219 disease-associated proteins and genes. Eve indicated more than 256,000 human gene variants of unknown significance that should be reclassified as benign or pathogenic. Used in combination with current clinical tools, Eve can improve clinical assessments of genetic mutations and boost diagnostic and prognostic accuracy. Sounds fun, doesn't it? 9. DeepMind's AI has cracked 2 mathematical problems that have stumped experts for decades. For the first time, the technology has been used to identify mathematical connections that have eluded researchers for decades. The study of math may turn a lot of people off. At its core, it facilitates a greater human understanding of the fundamental properties that govern our universe. Or multiverse. We should be aware that there might be a multiverse. In fact, there probably is. The team of researchers created a machine learning model to probe connections in knot theory, and one particular trick called salient maps proved immensely valuable. The ML model was able to spot specific geometrical properties known as signature that researchers could then use to formulate a conjecture. DeepMind has been consistently proving that the applications of machine learning extended well beyond just games. And the latest breakthrough is another testament to the technology's growing value in solving some of humanity's most complex problems. 10. Soundify. Matching sound effects to video in the art of video editing, sound is really half the story. A skilled video editor overlays sounds such as effects and ambience over footage to add character to an object or immerse the viewer within a space. However, through formative interviews with professional video editors, author of that tool has found that this process can be extremely tedious and time-consuming. Author of this tool introduces Soundify, a system that matches sound effects to video by leveraging labeled studio-quality sound effects libraries and extending Clip, a neural network with impressive zero-shot image classification capabilities, into a zero-shot detector. Author of this tool was able to produce high-quality results without resource-intensive correspondence learning or audio generation. Author of that tool encourages you to have a look at, or better yet, have a listen to the results at chuanlin.com/Soundify, schwanlin.com/Soundify. 11. A new direction for machine learning in criminal law. Yes, let's have a look what the Americans are up to with the old criminal law stuff we've heard from China. Let's see what the Americans... The American criminal legal system is rife with and perpetuates inequality. These discrimination problems across racial, socio-economic, and other lines are well documented, but studying the problem is still a resource-intensive process. Technology may be able to relieve some of this burden. In this brief, Human-Centered Artificial Intelligence Department of Stanford University proposes using machine learning to analyze decision-making in the criminal legal system. The aim is not to predict human behavior or replace human decision-making, but to better understand the factors that led to past decisions in the hopes of facilitating increased fairness and consistency in how criminal law is applied. They call it the recon approach. 12. Quadruped humanoid robot might be able to do it all. Swiss Miles robot can stand on 2 legs, walk on 4 legs, and drive like a car. While we've seen several examples of legged robots leveraging wheels, the best example of this strategy almost certainly comes from ETH Zurich's Robot Systems Lab, which has been exploring what's possible with wheel-legged robot performance built around any quadruped robots. That technology has just been spun out into a company called SwissMile, which wants to commercialize wheel-legged robots for a wide variety of tasks, including mapping, inspection, disaster relief, and logistics in urban environments, to name a few. Wow, great little bit to end on that. Whoa. Sends shivers up your spine, doesn't it? Wonderful stuff. Finally, the Knowledge Corner. Narrow AI. What is meant by narrow AI? Narrow AI is artificial intelligence applied to a single task, such as chatbot, virtual assistant, or self-driving car. Also called weak AI. Contrast with strong AI. What is meant by weak or narrow AI? Weak artificial intelligence, also called narrow AI, is a type of artificial intelligence that is limited to a specific or narrow area. Weak AI simulates human cognition. It has the potential to benefit society by automating time-consuming tasks and by analyzing data in ways that humans sometimes can't. Is Alexa narrow AI? Alexa and Siri, Amazon and Apple's digital voice assistants, are much more than a convenient tool. They are very real applications of artificial intelligence that is increasingly integral to our daily life. So no. How does narrow AI work? Narrow AI is AI that is programmed to perform a single task whether it's checking the weather, being able to play chess, or analyzing raw data to write journalistic reports. Hello, New York Times. Artificial narrow intelligence systems can attend to a task in real time, but they pull information from a specific data set. What can narrow AI do? Narrow AI is goal-orientated, designed to perform singular tasks, i.e. facial recognition, speech recognition / voice assistance, driving a car, or searching the internet. It is very intelligent at completing the specific task it is programmed to do. What are the 3 types of artificial intelligence? 3 types of artificial intelligence are the following. Artificial Narrow Intelligence, or ANI. Artificial General Intelligence, or AGI. Artificial Super Intelligence, or ASI. More details to follow in the next episode. And that's it for this episode. Stay safe, clump, and stay dangerous, meatbag. Ah! The singularity is near!